Greetings, all. Greetings, greetings, greetings. This is not an advertisement for Business Insider, but I'm just trying to show you something because it's going to help explain what I'm saying. I was supposed to talk about an issue that I saw. It started about, I don't know, it started a long time ago, but it's coming to the fore now. This issue with black men in America. And it's not only about black men in America, it's about black men in the Caribbean too. Black men in Britain and France and Germany. Because while we have this reputation of being, we have a certain reputation. And as a black man, you're going to know. As a black woman, you're going to know. And I'm not talking to other people, so I don't have to, I hope I don't have to explain it. But Barack Obama jumped into the conversation. Well, not jumped in. He was always in the competition while he was president. But somehow the people who were in his office talking to him about the black community in general didn't want him to deal with the issues that he should have dealt with in the black community. And every president that comes to power in the United States deal with issues that come up with Caucasians in America and Caucasians in Israel. Those are the two top issues that I dealt with in America. Somehow Barack Obama came to office and didn't deal with the issues of his people. He dealt with the issues of the rainbow community. And there are some questions about why he did that. But anyway, he went on a program the other day with Michelle by his side. And we all know about Michelle. She's the one who came and told black women that if their man don't vote for Kamala, they shouldn't be in the bedroom with him. So we know her stance on black men. But Barack seemed to be wavering when he came on this program the other day, talking about black men and the black community and how we got to start looking at our black boys. But when he was in office, he was berating black men for not being good fathers. When the evidence was showing that black men in America and throughout the world are the best fathers. We take better care of our children than men in other communities in America. But I was going to deal with that subject. But then I got this insider, Business Insider Africa. You got to go look at Business Insider Africa. If you are in Africa or thinking about going to Africa, there's some things that you're supposed to learn. And I started looking at the news, or what we call the news, the information. Because what happens is that you will see that there are some magazines, and I'm going to name a couple. The Economist, for instance, the Financial Times. They will come out and say, hey, we plan on doing so and so, so, so. And then there's a United States, a magazine put out by the CIA, basically, a think tank. And that's what think tanks are in America. They make plans for, and the CIA follow the plans, implement them. Not only the CIA, but the US government in general. But one of the magazines, like I said, is The Economist. The Economist is the MI6 pen. The pen for MI6. But US has got their own, you know. Anyway, Business Insider is one of these things that they create the narrative. The think tanks create the narrative. They print, hey, what if we did such and such and such and such a thing? And then you will see, like, maybe 6 months, a year, 5 years later, they come out and say, hey, this plan is in force in Africa, and here's what's happening. Or they'll report, you know, Africa's richest economy moved close to the exiting dirty money list. But guess what? They implemented that plan. If you go back to before South Africa, during Nelson Mandela's presidency, the plan was implemented because they wanted to move all the money out of South Africa. They didn't want black people in general in South Africa to get any of that money. So they started moving money, laundering money. They didn't tell you where the dirty money used to go to. But if you look carefully, you see London, what they call a quarter mile, is at the top of the list. Israel, Paris, Malta, and I told you before that there exist these cities around the world, and one is called a quarter mile in England, Washington, D.C. It's in America, but what part of America is it? It makes its own laws now. Malta. Where's Malta at? There's another quarter mile in Paris. There's one in Berlin. You see what I'm saying? And they're all run by the same people. So when you see articles like this, and then you see people come into power in Africa, let me go ahead and show you some other articles. Dangote backs off investing in what he calls the mafia business. And this mafia business is in Nigeria. It's about fuel. The petroleum sector, widespread corruption. And what happens is that Dangote was trying to give fuel to the poor people, or try to produce enough fuel so that the poor people in Nigeria can get fuel. And this so-called mafia, he's not saying government officials, and he's not naming names, but it is the government officials who's doing it. If you look at what's going on in Nigeria, you'll see that billions of dollars of fuel and petroleum is stolen daily in Nigeria. And they try to make it look like there's these people who are siphoning off the fuel. They show every once in a while, occasionally, they show you some one or two guys that they go shake down, you know, arrest them and say, hey, we found these guys stealing a barrel full of oil that's going to sold on the black market. Man, please. They got tankers that pull up to special docks built by the military and the governors and sheikhs and all these people in Nigeria. They pump the fuel in there and sell it. Where do they sell it to? You got people on Wall Street buying this oil. Here's another one here. Ghana's OSP charges former NPA boss over 280 million Ghana cedis. Extortion, money laundering. Where is he laundering that money? Extorted from whom? Guess what? They charged him, but all the people, he cannot do this unless he has other people in the government helping. Not only the government, but the private sector. Mali to sell over 100 million in seized gold from disputed mine site. Now, if the current government in Mali wasn't there, where would that $100 million go? Controversial Nigerian figure Hush Puppy has been sentenced to 11 years in prison. Why? Hush Puppy had been sentenced to 11 years in prison. The sentence comes 2 years after his arrest. He pleaded guilty to crimes, internet fraud, and money laundering. See, I show you the Hush Puppy deal to show you that it's not just the government officials. They are the leaders and other people follow. They bring in the other people to do the work. It's like when the current president of Nigeria, when he was living in the US, he was the bag man for the other leaders in Nigeria. The proof is out there already. Running drugs and all that for people. He was the man. And after he got caught, back to Nigeria. Now he's president. They rewarded him. Democratic Republic of Congo paid Barcelona over 40 million euros for tourism promotion. This is a place in Africa where war and poverty go hand in hand. And they're saying they're paying a European nation, a city in Europe, one city now, Barcelona, 40 million euros. See how the corruption goes? You see how the money moves? Now I can go on and on and on and show you all of this. But one of the things I want to show you is the culture. That's what I'm trying to show you. The culture of Africa. People will say African culture is fantastic. And I agree. They are going there and meeting people. Like, when I first went to Africa, went to Ghana, Nigeria, Gambia, there were people I met that were fantastic. I'm serious. The hotels I stayed in, very nice people. But the moment that I had to do something that involved government or any kind of big business, that's when my focus, my thinking was shaken. And in some cases, devastated. When you see the average little policeman on the street shaking down people, he's not doing it on his own. And when I hear people come to Gambia or Ghana or Nigeria and say, oh, it's so great here, you're lying. You're leaving out so much. You're lying by what you leave out of the conversation. And you would think that, oh, I'm telling my friends, I'm sure my friends how I'm living here. And all of you didn't look at what this can cause. But now you're seeing it erupt all over Africa. You are seeing Nigeria is just a 1 degree below explosion. Ghana, the same thing. And you see Kenya is already exploded. South Africa is just barely below. And you know who was holding it there? BRICS. If BRICS was in South Africa right now, DA organization run from Israel would already taken over South Africa. We would have been back to apartheid. You may not want to believe me. And it's up to you. Really, I can't say I don't care, because I would like to see you look at these things carefully, because it helps you to plan, and it's going to help Africa in the future. When our people from the diaspora going to Africa, seeing these things clearly, they will help to change it. And I told the African that already. I said, look, diaspora is going to have to change this, because the corruption that goes all the way down, like I said, to that little policeman that just got hired on the street. That's going to take your driver's license and keep it till you pay him. That you're driving down the street like I did in Gambia. I had some groceries on the back seat of my car. You know this is illegal, right? You're not supposed to have groceries on the back seat of your car. I said, what? No, that's for passengers. Huh? Shake down. But I see Gambians driving, and they have pickup trucks with so many people in the back of it. And these things drive right past policemen. Why? Because all those drivers pay off the policemen to get past. The fuel truck transfer drivers are complaining in the Gambia the other day about being shaken down by the police. They were going on strike. The culture. This evil is so far embedded into the culture that it's going to take external forces to change it. I see something happening in Gambia, in not Gambia only, but throughout the Africa. And the Gambia, the other day, I see the young people start to complain about things. They were peacefully demonstrating. And to their credit, the policemen didn't move in with guns and batons and start beating them up. And I was very pleased about that. I was happy, because it showed me that the old men in the Gambia were willing to, you know what? Gambia is a peaceful place so far. Let it stay peaceful. Let us listen to what the young people had to say. I was so happy about that. But you see what's happening in Kenya. They're not listening. They don't want to hear. So they sent the guns in. But the culture is the thing. Until this part of the culture changes, Africa is going to remain where it's at. And eventually it's going to get just like America and Europe is today. You see, the rest of the world is coming out of this doldrum, this poverty, and everywhere is changing. But guess what's happening? The Caucasian peoples, whether they be European, American, the ones that they put in Israel, wherever they go, wherever they are, they're falling into that trap that they created for the rest of the world. And now it's destroying the economies. It's time for Africa to get rid of this culture. Not kidding. Just look at Guinea-Bissau. Man, I can't imagine something like this existing. I know it exists. But why would the people allow it to be like that? Why would Guinea be, I mean, seriously. Why? Why would the people of the Democratic Republic of Congo allow this that you're seeing here to be done in their name? Why? All that money going to the pocket of what they will call investors in Barcelona. The 40 million euros get delivered, and within hours it get distributed to all the places where it's going to be. It was supposed to be laundered to, just to keep the one-man president and the other rich people at the top in Congo. This is all over Africa. You can see now why I had to drop Barack Obama off my list of things to discuss. When the changes come, when the people erupt like they erupted in Kenya, I hope you have done something that's going to, that those same people can look at and say, hey, I remember you. You helped us. You showed us this thing. You joined us to help clean it up. So you're safe. Have a great day wherever you are. Peace.
Tell us, when they approach these stations, shoot them, and you'll defend us. I'm telling you the whole truth, you are a liar. You have lied. You will not protect me. All that you will protect, it is your interest. You will not protect me. I will be sacrificed in court before a judge, and I will be sentenced to prison. What happened to Katito? He was sung as a hero. But finally, the determination of the court came out. You are not justifiable to kill even a criminal. What are you supposed to do? If you are within the right positions of arrest, present that person before the court of law. I say no to police brutality. I say no more to killings. I can't kill my brother. I can't kill my sister. You are saying this because your children are not on the streets, right? You are saying this because your cousins are not on the streets. You are saying this because your brother or your sister is not on the street. You are saying this that they should be killed when they approach those stations where they're supposed to be protected, because there is nobody of your family who will be on those streets. I am very sorry, Kenyans. If these are the kind of readers we have, then I believe we have a problem of incompetency. We are very sorry about that. How will I go back to my children and tell them their mother is normal, or their father is normal, or their cousin is normal? It's because they were shot dead demonstrating and asking the government to hear their cry. Kenyans, we love you. Every OCS and every OSPD and ever we are, I've seen people doing great work. Please, if they approach our gates,